everyone, my name is Alexander Love, and you guessed it, I'm more than just the bottom. Way more. Way more. Alright? So, this show, this segment is going to be me giving you more of who I am, what I believe in, what I think about certain things, and just letting you into my life, piece by piece.
Look at here now, gay men. You'll never be the woman that we are. No matter how gay.
I don't know where Wendy Williams getting off talking about the LGBTQ community and coming at the gay boys about how she think we need to stop wearing her shit, because at the end of the day, how many people thought Wendy Williams was a transgendered person anyway?
Stop wearing our skirts and our heels.
You have the backing of a group of women and people from the LGBTQ community. And I think that it's very sad to see and hear somebody who has such a big platform as her put down people, especially the same people that would support her in a lot of the things that she does. Bitch, where in the fuck? Like, I don't even understand where and how the fuck that came up about women, men. Obviously, women menstruate and men don't. But that doesn't stop a man from wanting to be and present himself a little bit more feminine than the next. You know, just because you're gay doesn't mean that you want to put on heels and shoes, heels and dresses. And if you do, bitch, then guess what? It's none of your fucking business, okay?
You can do a lot that we do, but I get offended by the idea that we go through something you will never go through.
You know, I think especially in the time that we live in a time where you are seeing a lot more people of youth coming out and being really confident in who they are and understanding that they may not necessarily feel comfortable in the skin that they were born in and the gender that they were given at birth. And you see a lot of things with gender assignment at birth and all this stuff. And, you know, it's sticky. And like I was telling somebody before, it's hard enough having to figure out who you are and having to understand that the way that you choose to present yourself to the world may not be accepted. But you want to do it anyway because that's what you feel on the inside. It's hard to constantly go against society knowing that you're going to get talked about, but this is just how you feel, right? So here you have somebody saying that we need to stay out of their heels and out of their dresses. That sounds like, if that don't sound like somebody from the 50s talking, like somebody grandmama talking, I don't know what the fuck else does. You know what I mean? Especially in the time where you have people like Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle who are raising a beautiful daughter and are doing very well with that in the media, and especially with making it so known and so aware of how they're handling it, because it could have definitely been something that was swept under the rug. But you see that, and you see people like Magic Johnson and his son, bitch. When I say EJ don't give a motherfuck, he don't give a fuck. Like, it's very inspirational, because just because a gay boy wants to wear a skirt or wear a pair of heels does not give you the right to assume that all gay boys also want because last time I checked, and I will say this again, the last time I motherfucking checked, I like having my goddamn dick. And that's one thing I don't want to give up. And there are many people out there who also are transgendered who are accepting of their penis. And that's why I say it's very sticky. And I can only say so much about it because all I know is about being a gay man. When it comes to what she's saying about gay men, the bitch needs to remember who the fuck supports her. At the end of the day, when you want to really break this shit the fuck down, it's women who support your shit, and it's the gay niggas that support your shit. It's the people in the LGBTQ plus motherfucking community that support you. That's why you gave an apology.
Just saying, girls, what do we have for ourselves?
Bitch, you got that's what you got for yourself. That's what makes you different. That's what makes you a woman. So at the end of the day, you should not be afraid and you should not be threatened at the fact that there's men out here who looking, some of them, prettier than the that's walking around here. And that's just me being honest, okay? That's just me being honest.
I'll start by saying I apologize. I do not mean to offend my LGBTQ plus community.
Look at my face. Look at my face. Look at my face. I don't give a fuck. And Wendy's always been an outspoken person. That's not the first thing she said. That was bullshit. It is what it is. Moving on. Snoop Dogg's mom got him to apologize to Gale for his words because, once again, I think the way that Snoop Dogg's delivery came out was a little bit too blunt for people like Gale. He called her all different kinds of bitches, and I gotta hear it because it was low-key funny.
Asking them dumb-ass questions. I get sick of y'all. I want to call you one. Is it okay if I call him one? Funky dog bitch.
Wait. He called her a funky dog head bitch.
Dog head bitch.
Dang.
How dare you?
You know Snoop Dogg said bitch a few times in his life, because when he said it, he put a lot of emphasis on bitch with that. Like, I've been called a few things in my life, you know. I have never heard somebody say a funky dog head bitch. That's funny. And people really ride for Kobe. I mean, you know, I don't know how many times I can't play basketball, but I don't know how many times I take shots at trash cans with little paper balls, and when I'm shooting it, what do I say? Kobe! Every single fucking time. And that's one thing that I was telling people, and everybody that, you know, when everyone found out he was gone, that's one thing that I was saying, is that you only have so much time on this planet, right? And here you have this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful man who was really, 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 really talented at playing basketball. That was one of his gifts. His other gifts, being a father, you know, being a husband, and many other things that not even the public will know. You know what I mean? You know, I'm sure Kobe has had a lot of other great talents that he left to the world. And it's unfortunate that him and his daughter and their friends and other people who are just as amazing lost their lives on that helicopter. Fucking sick, right? But for me, his death is a reminder that we only have so much time here to do what we want to do and leave a mark, leave our legacy. And he lost his life, but Kobe will forever, forever be remembered. And I think that's beautiful. I do. It's sad, and it's still in the wake of everything, and still so fresh, especially for his wife and especially for his family. There should have been more respect for Kobe and his family than for Gale to get up on there and ask some dumbass questions about his past that should have been asked to him when he was still here. Just what I feel. He called her a funky dog head ass bitch. He called her a bitch a couple times. With that being said, freaking him apologizing.
Overreacted. I should have handled it way different than that. I was raised way better than that. So I would like to apologize to you publicly for the language that I used, calling you out of your name and just being disrespectful.
He took a step back and he kind of just thought about what he said, and it probably did make him feel bad at the fact that he did call her a funky dog head ass bitch. So he had to. I'm about to start calling people that, funky dog head ass bitch. I'm about to start calling them that. I'm about to see how people react to me calling them a funky dog head ass bitch. That's good. That's some good shit.
I didn't mean for it to be like that. I was just expressing myself for a friend that wasn't good.
Funky dog head ass bitch.
A lot of people look up to me and they love me and appreciate me, so I want to let them know that anytime you mess up, it's okay to fix it. It's okay to man up and say that you wrong. I apologize. Hopefully we can sit down and talk privately. Have a good day.
You know, and even looking at everything, just like with Wendy Williams and with Gale and with Snoop, it really is just a whole bunch of stuff that people are saying about things. And a lot of this stuff is opinion. And Gale knew she was going to ask that question. She knew that. You know, any interviewer knows that, what questions they have. And yeah, you can kind of go with the flow of the interview and kind of just go off naturally off of certain things. But you do have a list of questions that you're going to ask. And that you want to ask, and you should have those, and the other person, the interviewee and the person that you're interviewing should actually know what kind of questions you're going to ask too. They might not, but still they should have kind of an idea of what kind of interview it's gonna be. Good shit. Y'all know that video of that girl falling off that stripper pole. It's not funny. It's really not funny. That pole was 15 feet. This dancer fell 15 feet off of a pole, landed on her face, and kept dancing. Why the fuck did she go all the way to the top? That's what I want to know. Like, was it that many ballers in the club that you felt that you had to climb all the way to the top of that pole? Bitch, I'm not going no higher than as tall as I can stand. And that's just real. Like, I'm not about to go 15 feet up in the air on a pole with no strings attached to me. I'm serious. I'm not laughing at the fact that she was hurt. I'm not laughing at the fact that she was hurt. I'm not. Because it's fucked up. And I would never wish that she would get hurt. That's fucked up. I just think it's funny. Like, why the fuck would you go all the way up to, why would you go all the way to the top? That's what I want to know. But anyway, so she gives a post-surgery update.
So I didn't want to have to do this. Originally, I didn't plan on posting about this situation at all. But obviously the video has gone viral and I'm getting a lot of messages asking me if I'm okay and like all this stuff. So
What I will say is that she kept fucking dancing. She kept dancing. You know, this goes beyond, you know, Beyonce's mishaps on stage while performing, or, you know, the titty peak with Janet Jackson.
Update everybody and let everyone know what's going on.
Oh no,
I pretty much broke and I have to have surgery on it tomorrow. I broke some teeth and I got a sprained ankle, but aside from, and I got some stitches, but aside from that, like, I'm good. I have no broken limbs. I walked away myself. I got up right after it happened.
Damn, that's scary though.
And
15
I'm
feet.
just really overwhelmed by all the messages and everything. And I'm so thankful though for all the positive messages I've been getting and all the love. And it really means a lot. So that's why I decided to post this video just to say thank you and just let you guys know that I am having a hard time, but I am okay.
Like she said, this isn't for attention. This video is to update. This video is to update everyone and thank you guys for all the love and support. I'm truly blessed and I appreciate everyone's kind messages. Thank you so much. Well, she's definitely going to be okay. And I think that it does take a lot for her to have to be known as the one that fell off the pole. You know what I mean? Like, that's a lot. And I just, why the fuck did she go all the way to the top? Like, you know what I mean? Like, why, girl? Why you go to the top? Like, girl, no. Not that, don't go that high up. Like, it might go up that high, but that's just for, you know, cosmetic purposes to look good with the decor of the club. Don't go up 15 feet in the air, bitch. You ain't got no strings connected to you. Whew. Yeah, but I'm happy she's okay, though. I am happy she's okay. Okay, speaking of broom challenges, the day after NASA told everybody that our brooms would stand up by themselves because of the gravitational pull or some shit, I went in there and I tried it, and I was very, very excited, but then I thought, of all times, the brooms can just stand up by themselves because of the bristles. Like, I just think it's funny to know that people are so gullible enough to follow any and everything that they think comes from people that are scientists. Like, we are gullible enough, and now all of a sudden the broom challenge is a new thing. It is a thing of its own. It just shows you how easy we're distracted. And I think that is it's both, it's funny because the fact and the things that I'm seeing with this revolving around this fucking broom challenge is crazy. Right now, let's go into some Q&A. A week ago, I put up on my Instagram to ask me a question. So I'm gonna go ahead and answer a couple questions. Someone asked me on Instagram if I would ever do phone sex. Let me tell you something. I like money. And if a couple guys wanted to set up some times where they could cash at me some money and I sit on the phone with them and talk to them, that's fine. I'll give you 30 minutes to an hour if you pay me $60, $80 to talk to you on the phone. And, you know, if you want to play with your shit while we talk, that's fine, okay? But no, I don't do phone sex. That's just not something that's on my list of jobs that I'm looking for in the future to be a phone sex operator. No, it's not me, okay? Someone else asked if I would be willing to meet up with them in the near future. Number one, to answer that question, it depends on the person, the conversation, what we're meeting up for, all that stuff. I mean, I'm not against it, but I'm definitely not about to just get on a plane and fly to somebody that I don't know, you know, looking like a damn fool. That's the ultimate fucking catfish right there, and a bitch ain't about to waste no motherfucking money doing that shit. It just would take a lot for that. That's kind of a loaded question. Someone asked me what my favorite color is. My favorite color is green. Love green. I've always liked green. I like things that are very, very lively. You know what I mean? Like, green just gives you so much energy. It's also the color of money. Let's be real. It's the color of money. Unless you're talking about blue faces. But green is just beautiful. Like, my backdrop is green. I got my tree right here, my fake tree. It's just lively. Even though it's the middle of winter, I like green because it gives me, it awakens my insides, if that makes any sense. People ask me, what do I like to eat? And if my ass is real. Loaded question. It was 2 questions in one for that person. I love eating soul food. I'm a soul food fanatic. I like the collard greens, chicken, macaroni, mashed potatoes. I love dressing, pot pies, cobblers, pot roasts, salmon. I like anything and everything that's fatty as fuck and that has anything to do with a southern woman or man putting their hands on it. Yeah, I love that shit. It's been a while since I actually had a home cooked like southern meal. I consider myself a cook. I can cook. I can definitely hold it down in the kitchen if I had to. It's been a while since I've actually been in the kitchen of my own and actually made a meal for people. And that's something that's definitely on my list of to-dos, things that I want to do really soon. Because it's just been a while. And when I am in the kitchen, it's very fun for me. It's really relaxing to play some music. You know, go to Walmart, get a whole bunch of groceries and get a whole bunch of things. Come home, play some music, and just go in the kitchen and just go from the groceries that you got to a beautiful spread and a beautiful meal. That's fun to me. Like, I like bacon chicken, the whole mashed potatoes, macaroni and cheese, cornbread kind of style. That's me. I just like baked chicken. Baked chicken is really, really tasty, and it's healthier for you. My ass is definitely 100% real. It's called genetics, and I am not the only thick black boy that exists. Believe it or not, I'm not. I'm really not. Like, right now, I weigh like 190. 185, 190. In high school, my heaviest, I was younger, and my heaviest was like 225, 230. So I was a good fucking 45 pounds heavier than what I am now. And believe it or not, then I was thicker because with all that weight, I had it in my stomach, in my face, and then I had a lot in my hips and in my ass. So I was thicker. It wasn't until recently in my adult years that I've lost some weight and kind of trimmed down a little bit, but my butt's still there. And it's real. It's definitely real. It's called genetics. It's called southern food. It's called eating grits, biscuits, sausage, bacon, and shit for breakfast, and fatty ass, you know, fried chicken, collard greens, cornbread, and stuff for dinner. That's what it's called. It's called getting extra scoops and servings of motherfucking candied yams, you know, throughout the year, because we don't just eat candied yams on Thanksgiving, but my grandma would make candied yams, you know, sporadically throughout the year, and I would always ask for more. I could eat the whole fucking pan if it was up to me, you know, so it's definitely genetics, and that's the thing, like, getting a butt is not hard, but you can't be afraid to eat. That's number one. Like, you gotta get that thick from somewhere, and then you gotta know how to train your body to lose weight in different areas of your body. So, like, now, I want to make my ass fatter. I do. I want to make it a little bit bigger. A bitch gotta eat. A bitch just needs to eat. I need to eat and put the weight back on, and then I need to go back and train my stomach, you know. So, yeah, I do want to make my ass bigger, but my ass is definitely real, so people can stop fucking asking me that shit. Alright, what's next? Someone asked me if my hair was real. My hair is definitely real. I've been growing my hair out for a very, very long time. I remember starting off by having my little mohawk in high school. I had a mohawk junior and senior year, and it was high. Like, I grew it up pretty darn high. And after that, when I went into college, I started growing my hair out into the afro. And then eventually it grew all the way out. It's like probably to my shoulders now, or a little bit down past my shoulders when it's straightened. But I always wanted to have long hair because I just like the fact of rocking braids, you know, twist outs, braid out, straight hair, all that stuff. And it's fun to play with. It really is fun to play with, but it takes a lot of fucking work. But my hair is very much my hair. Like, I don't have fake hair in my head. Even though I've had fake hair in the past, I do not have fake hair in my head. My fro is mine. My braids are mine. And both my mom and my father have, like, heads full of hair still. You know, they're both in their 50s, and they still have heads full of hair. And I just think that's just a blessing that, you know, God allowed me to have a head full of hair still, too. Because I definitely have a brother that does not. We don't got the same mama, but the genetic pool for him encouraged him to lose hair. And I'm not talking about him because I don't, you know, want my, you know, God to say, bitch, now your hair. You know what I mean. I don't want to jinx my damn self. But my hair is very much mine. Someone asked me, what do I look for in a guy? What I look for in a guy has a lot to do with their personality. I look for guys who are goofy as much as me, and who are sweet. I love a pretty smile. It's something about a smile that just drives me absolutely fucking cuckoo. And eyes. Like, if you have, like, really, really beautiful eyes. Someone on my Instagram also asked, what is my goal with Instagram? Like, why did I make an Instagram, and what's the goal? My Instagram started at a time where I just had gotten into dancing, and I consider myself to be an exotic dancer when the schedule permits and when I get bookings. But I made that Instagram after I started dancing, only because I wanted to keep my two Instagrams separate. The Instagram that I have for family and friends compared to the Instagram that I use for performing, for just different things. And I wanted to make sure that it was different. And I realized that at first it's fun for me. Like, I love videos, I love photos, I love, you know, coming up with ideas and trying to make them just as clean and as clean cut as possible. And initially my Instagram was just, you know, my performing Instagram, and now it's become more of a thing where I see myself being a gay pinup boy. As in, the photos that I post, I realize that guys do like the photos. And there's nothing wrong with that, bitch. Like, I mean, you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. But with that being said, I take the post that I put up very serious. Like, I don't just take a picture and post it. Like, I think about it. I'm like, okay, you know, think about what's in the picture, think about your lighting, think about how you're posing, and try to make it something that, you know, even you're proud to look at. And that was my biggest thing, is I wanted to even be proud to look at it. And, you know, just with the things up now, I like the stuff that I put on my Instagram because it's stuff that I think it's both sexy, it has sex appeal, and I just know what I put into making them. And for every picture that you see on my Instagram, there are probably 50 other ones that go with that picture, because I'm a perfectionist and it's something I can't break. But I like to try to just make it as clean cut, or, you know, be as what's the fucking word? Bitch, I don't know. It's gone. Another question that I got on Instagram was, what do I like to do for fun? There are a lot of things that I like to do for fun. Oddly enough, I love going to the gun range. Going to the gun range is probably one of the most therapeutic things that you can do. Let me tell you why. There's something about when you go there and having all of that power in your hand. Like, you got all that fucking power in your hand, and you're looking down that barrel, and you seriously just pop, pop. And then you see the smoke and shit coming from it. It's one of the best feelings ever. I have so many other ideas. This was just kind of my first video, just to kind of get comfortable with it and see exactly what I want to do. I don't know if I want to talk about entertainment. I don't know if I want to talk about being black. I don't know if I want to talk about being gay. But I do know that I want to share myself with you. Not in a sexual way, just in general, you know, just with conversation and, you know, on different topics that kind of plague our ears daily. Please stay tuned. Subscribe to my channel. Make sure you share this video if you liked it. Comment ideas and topics that you'd like to hear me talk about. Just let me know. Step by step, day by day, breath by breath. That's the best that I can do. My name's Alexander Love. I love you, but do you love yourself? Hopefully the answer is yes. If it's not, work on that. Work on that. Seriously, work on that. Okay? Bye.